Hi guys, and welcome to today's webinar. It's my second webinar of today. Don't know why I put myself through two a day, but yeah, it's all good. Today, I'm not doing it on behalf of SEMrush. I'm doing this one as part of my own branding, and I'm joined by a friend, Karina Rutgliano. How is that? Have I even said that properly?
Rutgliano.
Rutgliano. Yeah, I've not got the Latino way of saying it, but yeah, we got it. Close. I was close.
It's Italian last name.
Italian? I thought it was
Yes.
Spanish.
No.
So anyway, Karina is here today, and she is going to be talking about content and SEO strategies for business to business. But for anyone who doesn't know who Karina is, Karina, can you tell the audience a bit about your background, what type of work you do, who you work with?
Sure. My name is Karina Rutgliano, but I shorter like Karina Rutgliano. It's easier. And I'm a digital marketing expert, and I also focus on SEO. I have worked with different brands in B2B and B2C. I have 7 years of experience, and I also contribute to Forbes, Search Engine Watch, and many other blogs. I love to write about digital marketing, and I also have a YouTube channel where I give tutorials for digital marketing by in Spanish because my first language is Spanish.
So Spanish tutorials on YouTube about SEO. I didn't know that actually. That's a new one for me. I didn't realize you'd done that, so you kept that one a secret.
Yeah, I've done that.
But you know, as you've said there, you work with big publications, Forbes, Search Engine Watch, and all that kind of stuff. Is that type of stuff still working well for businesses? You know, when people, you know, want PR, do you feel that that's still a big thing in today's digital marketing industry?
Really work really well for me. I have get a lot of emails. People reach out to me for opportunities because they read my articles and they feel that I know what I'm doing. So I have get a lot of leads through my articles.
Yeah.
Showing my expertise has been a very good channel for me.
Yeah. Oh, I think obviously everyone wants to have exposure, you know, on the biggest and the best publications, and obviously some of the publications you're writing for are, you know, the premium into the market. So
I've also
sorry, carry on.
I've also received more invitations to write for other places, but I cannot accept everything. You know, I don't have the time to write for many places. But I will write for. I'm publishing soon in 2 more places, but I keep it as a secret. two big places.
Big places. So
two big places. Yes.
If you guys want a contact who has the ability to get some of those big places, then Karina is your person to speak to about that kind of thing. But what we're going to do is press ahead and get you to share your screen, Karina. And if you can share your screen and do your presentation. For anyone watching, we will have a presentation from Karina. Then we'll be doing questions and answers. So if you've got any questions relating to PR, big publications, SEO, content marketing, you know, how to write good articles, anything at all like that, then put them in the live chat there, and we'll be more than happy to answer those questions once Karina's finished her presentation. So I'm just going to hide your face just now, Karina.
Okay, sure.
If you can share your screen.
I don't see the button to share the screen now. It disappeared. Yes, disappeared now.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, now let me share my screen.
Yeah.
And then, hold on 1 second. Share my screen.
New technology, people.
Hold on.
I wish Google Hangouts would come back.
Share. Hold on 1 second.
Still not showing.
You see it?
Nope.
Hold on one second. For some reason, yeah, it's here. Oh, I know what happened. Hold on. Now you see it?
Yes, can see it now.
Perfect. So, hello everybody. My name is Karina Rutgliano, digital marketing specialist. Few things about me. I'm being SEO and digital marketing for 7 years. I'm a contributor to Forbes and Search Engine Watch. I have worked with many brands in B2C and B2B. I'm the director of Rutgliano Marketing. I'm based in New York, and I love Gucci. In today's webinar, I will explain how to execute a winner SEO and content marketing strategy for B2B. The key of being successful in creating SEO and content marketing strategy for business is to understand the funnel and all its stages. Here we have the B2B funnel, the awareness stage, the consideration stage, the comparison, the conversion, and the retention. In B2B, we're trying to reach different personas, and we need to create completely different content for each stage of the funnel. This is the key before we create content, to understand the funnel. We also need to understand that our keywords will behave differently as we move in the funnel. It's not the same to create content for the awareness stage that to create content for the retention stage. The keywords I use in the funnel are the following. For the awareness stage, I use long tail keywords and question keywords. For the consideration stage, I use specific terms and user intent. For the comparison, I use long tail keywords and competitor brands. For the conversion, I use long tail keywords and phrase keywords. And for the retention, I use brand keywords and phrase keywords as well. From my experience with B2B clients, I know that users usually don't convert on the blog. It's more likely they convert on the service pages or product pages, but they learn about the products and services on the blog. Service pages are transactional and blogs are informative. Products and services are not linkable because they don't offer any value. You know, products are more like advertising pages. So who will link to those pages? Nobody. But blogs are the ones that can earn links. The blog is where our content marketing strategy plays a big role. Users land on the blog, and from there, they begin to explore other pages such as service, products, and here we generate the leads for B2B. 59% of the B2B marketers say that SEO has the biggest impact on their lead generation goals. Now we start the SEO process. As a priority, I will say that we have to do an audit for technical problems. I use Screaming Frog and SEMrush for this. Here I look for canonical errors, chain of redirections, missing meta descriptions, missing or duplicate tags, broken links, etc. I highly recommend to fix all the technical as a priority. It doesn't matter how amazing is our content if the site has major technical issues. Another tip, make sure that all your on-page elements are in place. As a second thing, I run a content audit. Here I check for cannibalization, thin content, and duplicate content. Then I decide what content stay, what content I can combine, and what content I should delete. One time I have a client that he had 25 pages around the same keyword. That was, for me, hilarious. So what I did is that I combined several pieces of content in one pillar page, and I use the other content as a clusters. I revamped the other pieces of content as I use as a cluster pages. I understand and I know that we have to prioritize some keywords and terms, and we think that we need to create so much content about the same keyword, but this is not the way. We need to create a content with a strategy behind. Running a content audit at the beginning of the project is very important because it will give me a sense of my assets and what is missing even before I start to creating the content marketing strategy. When I do this, when I run the content audit, I discover what part of the funnel needs more content. So it's very important to do in the beginning. The local SEO, this is very straightforward. Make sure that all your listing and citations are accurate. Also, make sure that your website is mobile friendly. I know this is very basic, but I see over and over many websites that they are not mobile friendly. 52% of buyers prefer mobile optimized content, so optimize for mobile is a must thing to do. Leverage schema markup. I use it and have seen big difference. After I implement schema, my content performs better in search engine. Also, using schema markup give me more opportunities to earn the Google answer box. If you're not technical, you can still use schema markup. You can use plugins like Schema Pro, Schema Add, Structure Data. It's so many solutions for people that is not technical. Secure your website with HTTPS. Nearly 21% of the Alexa top 100,000 websites still don't use HTTPS. It's incredible the number of websites that are still in HTTP. When I have a new client that his website is still on HTTP, my first suggestion is to migrate to HTTPS. And finally, and very important, is to optimize your website for speed. This is a huge problem that I see all the time. For me, it's really annoying when I see a website that the speed is really bad. What I do is that I run different reports. I like to use Google Lighthouse extension, and then I send the report to the developers to work on the speed optimization. The first things to do, identify who are my personas. In B2B, the decision is made by a group of people. At the opposite of the B2C, in B2B, I have to carry my message to different people in different parts of the funnel. I need to create powerful content for the top of my funnel to be considered by the CEO of any company. For example, a startup that wants to build a new e-commerce site, but they don't know yet what platform to use. They are in the very early stage. They will be looking online for topics or keywords like the best e-commerce platform, the best e-commerce platform for startups, the best e-commerce platform 2019. From the results, the director of the startup will have a list to consider as a vendor. On the other hand, if the companies that offer e-commerce platform don't have content around this keyword, they will be missing a big opportunity. The audience. The audience is a key in B2B, and we must ask ourselves the following questions about the audience. What information my audience is looking for? What information is valuable to them? We provide a response that will resolve their problems. What benefits we offer them? Content, newsletters. 72% of B2B buyers turn to Google during the awareness stage. This shows us that the awareness stage is big, so we need to create content for this stage. As a tip, make sure you create content for all the stages of the funnel and for all the decision makers. Talk with the sales team and ask them who are the people that usually make the purchase decision. That will give you a better idea to who you are talking to. If you don't go the extra mile, it is possible you will miss a big opportunity. Let's say you write great content for the awareness stage, but you haven't great content for the comparison stage. For example, e-commerce platform comparison. That will be a big mistake. The content marketing strategy is the following. Create blogs related to the products, pages, and services. Not all the services that our client provides are the same. I will recommend to pick the ones that have high return of investment. After, review service and product pages. Here I use topic cluster approach. I made my main page for service or products very strong. I know that doesn't look good, or most of the products and service pages doesn't have a lot of content because it can be heavy on the eyes. But it's always ways to use the layout in the right way to add content. I also add sections where I add, for example, catalog, testimonials, case studies. I add a lot of sections with different links, and I use the inner pages as a cluster for my pillar page. It's also important to work in content to push conversions. Ebooks, reports, white papers. I will reuse them all in newsletters and in good segmented email marketing campaign. Be careful when you use email marketing and make sure you are sending related content, no content that the subscriber doesn't care about. In my personal experience, I have subscribed to the newsletters when I land in a blog and I'm interested in the topic. But later, I start to receive emails with topics that are not related to my interest. So this is a completely wrong strategy. At the moment of subscribing, you can offer a variety of topics to the user to pick a few. Then you segment the newsletter for optimal results. Last, Northor. Here I create evergreen content, special offer, loyalty programs, coupons. The content strategy contain a mix of content. The static pages, the transactional pages that are my service and product pages. The blog section where I will put my effort. Here I will write blogs to connect to the service and product pages. Authoritative content, interviews. We can interview a reputable person in the industry and write about it. This will increase mentions, links, and shares. Guest blog posts. As we have already interviewed somebody, we can write an article related, and we can use this article as a guest blog post and add a link to the main article. Infographics. Many people don't like to read, but they love graphics. So we can reuse content creating infographics, and we can also earn links by submitting infographic to the infographic different websites. Videos. YouTube is a huge search engine. Reusing text content in video format will provide opportunities to earn links and get more visibility. And finally, presentations. We can create a presentation for an original research or any other database content and submit this presentation to websites like SliderShare that belongs to LinkedIn. Google remains the top source of traffic for blogs. The top 10% of SaaS blogs receive 104,000 visits each month from organic search. This shows us the power of SEO. But what type of content can I create? It's so many types of content that we can create for our strategy. We can create trendy topics. For example, leverage content around topics that are trendy. It can be a game, a movie, a show, a celebrity scandal, anything that applies to our client or our company. A case study, for example, a software that calculates how to allocate budget for marketing, can create a case study of how the software helps to maximize marketing budget to a specific client. Industry reports are very straightforward. Expert interviews. I personally love expert interviews. Actually, I met Craig. I saw Craig the first time in a SEMrush webinar, and I invited him for an interview, and I published the article in Search Engine Watch. You can go and check it out, the article. It's very, very good article. Guides. For example, in the Employer Dashboard 101, resort on how to pages, how to use website the editor, calculators, and quiz. You need to think what is a better fit for your audience. Top performing B2B blogs, posts including the title, the future of. That shows that we need data-driven articles and opinion articles. But how to create original content? It's different ways that we can create original content. Gathering data and write the conclusion of the finding. Survey, get new responses, conduct a study. Combine your data finding with other data. Only 39% of marketers create and publish content based on original research. Has your marketing team created and published original research in the past 12 months? 4% say that they don't know, 39% say yes, and 57% say no. This is from Bosumo 2019. 39% is not a big number, it's less than a half. We should take advantage of this huge opportunity and work in original research. But why people or marketers are not doing original research? It's because this can take months. It's a very time-consuming task. We need to do the research, execute, and publish it. An important tip about it: if you're planning to use research to earn backlinks, don't limit your audience. Your audience are not the prospect only. Think about topics that are relevant to bloggers, journalists, influencers, and each and every one that is involved with the industry. You need people to engage with your content and to link to you. Sorry.
No worries.
The phone. You can see my screen or not?
No, the screens went blank.
Okay, what do I do now?
Just unshare it and then share it again.
What do I do?
Unshare, stop sharing your screen and then go back to share screen.
I don't know how to do that. Hold on one second. Share screen.
Yeah.
No, this is not. I don't know.
Yes.
Go back. Okay. Yeah, now I see. Okay. So let's share the screen.
That's you.
Okay. I was saying that the tip about this part is like, think about topics that are relevant to bloggers, journalists, influencers, and each and every one that is involved with the industry. You need people to engage with your content and link to you. %76% of B2B buyers list white papers as the material that they were more likely to share with colleagues. Make sure you leverage your traffic. Create engaging newsletters and app form. Use call to action in your pages. Make things easy for users. Tell them what to do next. Offer ebooks, white papers, industry reports, etc. %95% of buyers are willing to share their name, company, and email address in return for content. This is a huge opportunity. That means that people is willing to give their information. So we have to do this right. Here, I'm showing example of 2 different newsletters and app form. The first one, get new domains to your inbox. It's very clear. Subscribers know what they will get. Panda writes to his friends every few weeks with new.com domains. The frequency, subscribers know what they won't get spam daily with your emails. The second, sign up for our newsletters. Enter your email and your name. What will give my email? I don't know what I will get from this. This form doesn't offer any value because it doesn't say what people will receive and the frequency. It's not attractive, it's too generic, what people will subscribe. So pay attention to these small details and don't make these mistakes. 89% of B2B marketers use content marketing, but only 37% have a content marketing strategy in place. That means that only 37% document their marketing strategy. And 45% of content creation is done in all hard basics. A content marketing strategy that is not documented is not scalable because we don't have data to make further decisions. It is crucial to track our strategy in order to see what works and what doesn't work. When we identify the sweet spot, it's use, rinse, and repeat. Create content without a plan is a waste of time and money. Now comes the fun part, keyword research. Before I start my keyword research, I talk with the sales team and I ask them for the most common questions and create content that answer those questions. I like to do a deep keyword research. I want to make sure that I'm not missing any opportunity. I use different tools like RF keywords to define keyword difficulty and competition. SEMrush tool, I like Magic tool because on the left side, I see different tags that I can add or delete from my keywords. I also find question keywords that are really helpful because they give me more opportunities to run for the Google answer box. Answer to the public is another tool that I use. It's free and provide you more information about keywords. Keywords Everywhere is a Google extension that is very practical because you can find keywords on your browser. And I love Google search, but for Google search, I use the sentences or questions that I found in people also ask, and at the bottom of the Google search related to. I use those as subtitles, and this worked really well for me. In Google Console and Google Analytics, I find the hanging fruit keywords. Now that we have the content, the keywords, and everything, now it's time to build the page. The anatomy of the page. Make sure that the page has a nice layout so people stay on the page and the bounce rate is lower. Also, the content that answer the questions, a good mix of keywords. Make sure that you have evidence, testimonials, case studies, and links. I see many times that many websites or many pages don't have internal or external links. Always add links. If you don't want to give your you don't want to give a link to any other website, you can put a no follow. And obviously call to action. 93% of B2B content gets 0 external backlink. These numbers are really bad, but here is how we should do it in order to get backlinks. 70% of backlinks are earned by content that is based on data or research. So it's one more reason that we have to do original content. Followed by 66% that are videos, 61% infographics, 60% white papers, and 56% webinars. When we have the content ready, we have to do three things: reuse content, amplify content, and collaborate. We can reuse content in different ways. For example, we can create an ebook from a series of blogs. We can create an infographic version for our top-rate blog. We can create a video playlist from a set of blogs. The opportunities are infinite. It's just about planning and creativity. Amplify content. If you're creating content but you are not amplifying the content, your content is dead. This is a key to earn links and to get leads. I like to collaborate with influencers in the industry, journalists, bloggers. I manually outreach to let others know about my live content. I use social media pay ads, YouTube ads, Quora ads, email marketing. I republish my infographic in other sites. I also use PPC, linking ads, native ads, and remarketing. All this effort will generate referral traffic. Quora ads offer an interesting way to advertise based on topic, keywords, or question. I like to diversify my ads and test new options. I would recommend you to test Quora. LinkedIn is very good for B2B, but the only downside of linking ads is that the click can be more expensive than PPC. So you need to watch out for your budget when you're using linking ads. We need connection to amplify content. So how we'll get these connections? For me, the top of my list is LinkedIn. A lot of people don't know how to establish relationship, but it's not that difficult. I have built most of my relationship via LinkedIn. I never ask for anything, but I offer value to people. This is the first stage to build a long-term relationship. I personally hate when people that I don't know pitch me on LinkedIn, but they think that will buy something from somebody that I don't know. This is not the way. Building a relationship takes time, so we need to have patience, but LinkedIn is a great way to do it. Following one. It is a great tool that is connected with Twitter and allows you to find bloggers, influencers. I highly recommend it because I have used it and I have get results like links and mentions. Brand 24. This is very easy tool to use. Basically, you create a new project with your brand and keywords, and then you start tracking mentions, and you can engage with people that mention your brand. BoostSumo, I think everybody knows BoostSumo. I use it often to find bloggers and influencers. And finally, attend events. I believe in building relationships offline. I attend a lot of events, and I have worked with people that I met on those events. So I would really recommend to go to events and do networking. Well, the takeaway of this webinar are: fix all the technical problems. This is like the more scary part for most of the people in digital marketing, because a lot of people, they are not technical, but I would recommend to don't be afraid of the technical. If you don't know something, find videos, get your hands dirty with the technical. I don't say that you have to go and touch the code, because you don't know, you can destroy the website, but you can give recommendations to the developers. As an SEO, you need to know what is missing. So don't be afraid. Discover, find information, and go for it. Second, make sure that all on-page SEO components are in place. I really believe in the power of on-page SEO. I see websites from my clients that somebody was working before on those websites, and I see that they have a lot of content, but don't have meta description, don't have alt tags, don't have title tags. So this is completely wrong. We need to take advantage of all the on-page SEO components. Run a content audit before you start crafting your new content. If you run a content audit, you will save time and money, because it's a lot of assets you already have, and you can reuse, you can revamp, you can also add more internal links. So I really recommend to do a content audit before you do your new content marketing strategy. Understand your persona and the role in the funnel. If you don't know who you're talking, how you can create a good message? So it's very important that you identify your personas. And it's not only one persona. As I said before, it's a group of people that make the decisions in B2B. Create custom content for each stage of the funnel. Use a blog as a tool to drive qualified leads to your money pages. Create a mix of content. Feature your client company as an expert on the topic by adding original content. Research. This takes time, but I recommend it. Amplify your content and build long-term relationships. Something I want to add is that we need to be smart at the time that we set up KPIs for B2B. We have some metrics that we use to track SEO, like traffic, bounce rate, sessions, backlinks, but this doesn't mean anything for the client. For B2B, what matters is leads. So be clear when you're working a project and explain to your client in a simple way how you will build the content and where you think they should focus. Each client is different and has different priorities. Sometimes their priorities are different than our recommendation. It's completely fine because they know their business better than us. But I always listen to my clients before I make my content marketing plan. I create a strategy to align to their objectives. Of course, I give them my recommendation because as a digital marketer, I can see things that they cannot see. I recommend them how to leverage hanging fruit like pages that have opportunity to run better, you know. The KPIs that I usually using for lead generation are track all white papers, ebooks, everything that you can download for your website. I track all those pages. I track every page that triggered a form, and I track all the thank you pages. I want to know how many people went to the form versus how many people completed the form. Trust me, it's always something new that we can test or something new that we can learn. The goal of this content marketing and SEO strategies is to create content that earn links because we want to increase the domain authority in order to rank and to be the competitors and obviously generate leads. This is everything for today. If you have questions.
Sorry, yeah, we've got questions and stuff here. Just give me 1 second. Just share your screen again.
I share my. I'm here now.
I've got it. Yeah, I had to fix the buttons there. So thank you for an excellent presentation. There was a lot of detail in there. There is guys on the YouTube chat asking questions and stuff like that. You've also got a few people commenting they love the Latino accent as well.
Latino accent with Italian last name.
Yeah, so that was an excellent presentation. Obviously, what we'll do for anyone watching this, we will share the slides at the end of the webinar. We'll put them on the kind of YouTube part there, so you can obviously see and go back over Karina's slides, because there was a lot of bullet points on there, and I think for anyone watching who is looking to learn will be mind blown with that amount of information. So it's good to go back over the slides. So I'll get them from Karina at the end of the webinar. So some of the questions which I have taken from YouTube. So in terms of, you mentioned talking about me and doing an interview with me. What is the best way to reach out and interview or talk to influencers?
Excuse me?
So people are talking, when you refer to doing an interview with me on Search Engine Watch, how do you go about approaching people?
Okay. You know, it's funny because a friend told me you should give a webinar about how to leverage LinkedIn. This is the webinar you should give to people. Well, honestly, when I see somebody that I'm interested on, I never do like a call text or something like that. I start liking their publications, making comments in the publications, very smooth, very slow. I take my time. I don't attack anyone. And then after a while, a couple of weeks, I send a note, inbox, hi, for example, Craig, how are you? I really love your content. Something nice so to engage. And I start the conversation like that. And then I say, look, I do SEO and digital marketing. I contribute for these places. I really would love to interview you. Will be something short. I send you the email with the questions. You know, I go easy. I don't attack anyone because people don't like to be, you know, annoying all the time. So everybody's busy and somebody out of the blue use cold calling on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. I just take my time. Also, I participate in a lot of groups. I have like more than 50 groups. I try to participate in all of them daily. I post in all of the blogs. I post my articles in all of the groups, and I engage with the ones that have more people. I met a guy, I won't say his name. He's the admin, one of the biggest groups for digital marketing, has more than 1 million people. I want to reach out to him, but I know that he will never answer me. So I start asking questions in the group and participating. So I start to answer sometimes. So I start to engage with him on the group, you know, like for 1 month or more. Until one time I text him in inbox private. because I think that was enough time he really knew who I was.
Yeah.
So then we start talking, and we are great friends. We talk all the time about family. He showed me his dog. You know, it's amazing. But takes time, and don't go too fast.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. You know, I get a lot of people who want to talk to me and they come in straight away, you know, and I've got a guy right now who's saying, show me what career path to choose. I'm not earning enough money and my family don't like me. And I'm like, you know, you're just coming in too hard and it's just delete. So I think obviously approaching people with a softer approach works well for me as well. You know, when I want to talk to someone, using the soft, friendly approach seems to be better. And yeah, but I can't believe you're in 150 Facebook groups. I'm not a huge fan at all of Facebook groups. Absolutely, there are some that I do participate in, but I feel that you get harassed on there. I certainly do. You know, loads of people adding you and giving you questions, and then if you don't answer them, they call you rude. So I don't use groups as such, but I think obviously for the volume of people, and you know, everyone's got different jobs within their life. Where I'm trying to not do any work, you know, I think it's a great opportunity for, you know, introductions, or if you want to pick up client work or you want to meet contacts for links. So I think, yeah, groups could be a very good thing. 150 though, it's a hell of a lot going on in your feed. You know, how do you manage that?
50 groups? I do all the time, so it's easy for me. Like one time, this is a good story. One time, I need to reach out one guy, a CEO of a company. I won't say his name. And I went and researched online everything, his blogs, his videos. I text him, oh, I read your article. Really helped me a lot. I start to, you know, be nice to him. And he texts me back. And, you know, he's a good friend of mine now, but you need to go easy and you need to research about the person to know who is this person before you attack, before you ask something. If this person has a blog, read the blog. Take your time to know the person before. We're humans, you know, no robots.
It's there's nothing worse when someone reaches out to you and gets your name wrong or says something like, you know, do you need help with your SEO? And you're like, have you even read what I do? So yeah, I think there's a lot of training required in a lot of people's outreach. But yeah, it's interesting to see how you do it. You know, I've got friends who, if they want something from someone, they generally take them out for dinner or for a few beers. You know, they go to these conferences and you know, arrange a meetup. Do you want to meet for coffee? And before you know it, they've got the guy drunk and their friends, and they're getting what they want. But I think it's a case of schmoozing, whatever way it works. That's what we call it here in the UK anyway, schmoozing. So in terms of conferences and stuff like that, are you attending any conferences in the near future where you're going to be networking with people?
Yes, I do a lot of things like that in New York. Like belongs to Forbes. I have a lot of networking with Forbes people. I meet a lot of people like CEOs of startups, other marketers. It's great, you know, it's great. But I never attack anyone. I never go to ask, do something for me, because nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So I always, you know, have a friendly conversation. Like I'm not looking for anything. If I can do something for you, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah. Well, it worked well on me, so your approach clearly worked.
Bro, no.
So, I think it's a lot nicer to deal with someone who's a bit friendlier. So, did you say are you going to PubCon this year?
I think I'm going this year. I'm still seeing a few things I had to see in my calendar, but it's probably that I go this year. But besides PubCon, I go to a lot of things locally in New York.
Yeah. I'm going to PubCon. I'm speaking in LA at the start of October. Then I'm going to go to PubCon to see some American people that I've spoke to for years online, but never had the chance to have a beer with these people. And then I'm coming to New York as well. So yeah, I think I'm coming to New York on the 11th of October for probably 5 days or so. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But again, it's all with a view to networking and meeting people. PubCon is obviously a massive conference, and it's a great opportunity to tap into people and meet people and get those contacts that you were talking about. So in terms of content marketing and stuff like that, are you doing, so this is another question, are you doing all of the content yourself, or do you outsource aspects of that?
No, I don't write content for all my clients because I don't know their industries. Well, I understand because I do the content marketing, but I do the content, the keyword research. I put like a outline together, like what I want to go in the title, different keywords or ideas for the title, and then what I want to go on the introduction. I provide some reference. I do a big outline, very detailed outline to the writers. I only write for, what I contribute about digital marketing, that is my expertise.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot write for 10 different other industries because this is not professional.
Yeah.
People that is writers, I write for what I am expert, digital marketing.
Yeah. So for anyone out there who wants to follow what you do as a career path, where would you find a writer? What is your process for finding someone to write about a client's, website or whatever it may be?
Well, as I told you before, I go very deep in keyword research. I use many tools, and I also check the competitors, who is ranking, and I will do better than them about content. But sometimes it's not only about the content. Sometimes it's about domain authority, how old is the other domains, backlinks, all these other factors, So depends of the client, because some client has the budget to do some effort to get backlinks. Others don't have the budget to get backlinks. So I try to do my best I can do through content, and everything else is extra bonus. But I work with a client in healthcare for a senior space, very competitive. I was competing with big franchises, but I focused so much in the content. I was creating like big guys, 5,000 words, huge, with infographics, with videos. And I aired a few Google answer box through content only, no backlinks.
Yeah.
So it's a way to do it, you do it right. But this content took a long time to do it. A lot of research.
A lot of research and stuff like that.
Yes.
So this brings us on nicely to the next question. Someone's asking, what is the average length of content in terms of words would you use on a particular article? Is there a specific amount of words you would use on an article, or do you not care?
Okay, well, if I will decide that, if I had the power to decide, because most of the time it's all about budget, I have a budget, I need to, let's say, create 4 pieces of content, 1 a week, so I need to go through my budget. But if I have the power to decide, I will go over 1,500 words.
Mm-hmm.
I have created 5,000 content, 5,000 words, and works well, but I also create content that is less than 1,000 words and work well as well. So I think that 1,500 words is a decent length that people can read. It's not the same over and over, repeated. Sometimes you go to read something, it's the same.
Yeah.
So let's go to be clear. People don't have the time to read 5,000 words. So 1,500 words, I think, is a content that you can explain things well.
Mm-hmm. I think I agree with you there. People don't want to constantly read the same thing over and over again. And I think for me personally, when I put out content, I put out a very small amount of content, but also make a video about it so that you've got the visual aspect of it as well. When I'm doing a tutorial or whatever, I don't talk about 100 other things. I just make it very short, sharp, and straight to the point, if you like. And I think that works very well for me as well. So, you get these guys out there who are saying that all articles have to be 3,000 plus words, and it's not something I believe in.
No, it's not true. I aired a Google answer box with an article 700 words.
Yeah.
And what's it is a keyword like legal keyword for seniors. So it's very competitive keyword. and I got the Google answer box with 700 words. So
Yeah.
I think that the length of content is a myth.
Yeah.
It's about the content has to be good and respond answers. The people type answers, queries on Google. Google match with your content is what I think.
Yeah. As I say, I would agree with that. Andres is in here, giving us a wave. Hello, Andres. So, Andres, if you have any questions, be sure to stick them in the chat box there. So the next question is, for any content that you do you build any backlinks yourself?
Well, depends of the budget. If client has budget, I will find a way to get the backlinks. Like, I think I'm very good in PR already for myself. Something like, I don't know, one person say no to me.
Yeah.
So I get the backlink. So, but in the right way, like I talk with other websites that are reputable in the industry. I say, look, we have this content, I'm doing this. I go to collaborate, move to collaboration. I bring ideas. I don't come here empty hands. Give me your environment C. These are my ideas. Do this for me. I will do this for you. Maybe I cannot give you a link because I don't want reciprocal link, but I can maybe promote your business in my social media. It's many ways. So
yeah,
I bring ideas I bring something to the table always.
Yeah. I think you can obviously trade off the assets that you've got as well, for backlinks or whatever it has to be. There's certainly, if you've got power in one area, you can obviously use that as a trade-off rather than going and buying links or whatever it may be. So I think for anyone listening, use what you've got as your asset first, and then obviously if there's budget available, other things can happen and more links can happen and more authority and everything else. But it comes down to budget, really. I think in most cases, whether you're getting content, whether you're getting links, or whether you're getting a new website, I think the money factor is the most important. You can get a hell of a lot better of anything if you've got money. And obviously for Karina, if she's got more money, she can get more Gucci or whatever it may be. So yeah, it's all down to budget there.
I also use, one time I create a campaign for the seniors website. And I pay a company to do a whiteboard video.
Mm-hmm.
And then I run a YouTube ads campaign, and we had a lot of likes and shares and links. But we didn't pay for backlinks. We paid to run the YouTube campaign.
Yeah.
I also create a native ads with the content, and I get mentions. So it's all about to leverage your budget in the right way.
Yeah, spending the money in the right places. I think
Exactly.
Facebook ads and stuff like that, in terms of promoting, if I do a tutorial or a talk that I think will work very well, then I get a hell of a lot more exposure putting that out onto Facebook for a few $100 and then getting a whole ton of backlinks when people start commenting and talking about it or reblogging about it or whatever it may be. So I think that's a good way to look at it. Next question is, what tools are you using for keyword research?
Well, I use many tools. I use paid tools and free tools. I use, as I say, RF. I use SEMrush because I love SEMrush. It has so many different ways to show me keywords. The magic tool, I love it because on the left, you can delete and add tags. And also the questions, keywords. I used to have Bright Edge, but I don't have anymore. It's a very expensive tool, but I love the keyword research they have.
Yeah.
I also use Google search. I go and type, and I start seeing what Google shows me. And different options, they're very good because it's pure user intent.
Yeah.
And I use this as subtitle because if I use as a title, it's already a lot of competition for this title. So I don't want to go to compete. I won't win. So at least I put a lot of money in backlinks. So if I'm not planning to add backlinks, I will use those phrases as a subtitles. Because when I use as a subtitles, I usually get like, a box or something, but I really love use Google search.
Yeah, that's quite a good trick there, for people who don't want to pay for tools. You know, we're going to have.
Okay, so you want to pay for tools? Go keywords everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I found the same keywords that I found in the paid tools. I found in keywords everywhere.
Nice.
Obviously, that the paid tools give you more and it's more deep. You can go deep, and never finish this keyword research.
Yeah.
And the first layer of keywords everywhere provide you the same keywords.
Yeah, I think for anyone watching, you know, sometimes you do get what you pay for, though. You know, if you pay for tools, they're going to have more data.
More data, yeah.
And especially when you work in weird niches and stuff like that, and even weird countries, then you're going to need that level of data if you want accurate advice from the tools. So, you know, people are always looking for free tools, and that's good. You know, I've also been there and wanted to use free things, and we all like free stuff, but I think you just have to bear in mind the level of data and stuff like that. There does become a point where you need to use the right tools for the job. So yeah, anyone else get any questions out there? Please put them in YouTube or in the chat on here. Also, Karina, if anyone does have questions and they don't do it on this webinar, can you tell us where we can find you? Where's the best place to contact you?
I have a website, karinatama.com, so they can reach out to me there or in my LinkedIn or in Twitter.
On Twitter, and she's also on Facebook as well, by the way.
I'm on Facebook, yeah, but I'm more, as I say, I have 50 groups, more than 50 groups in LinkedIn, so I'm all day in LinkedIn.
Yeah, I talk to Karina all the time, and it's mainly LinkedIn. I think you're probably the only person who messages me on LinkedIn. Like, I've got guys on Skype, WhatsApp, text message, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And I've obviously got all the social media platforms, but the one that I check the least amount of times is LinkedIn. But how does LinkedIn work really well for your type of business?
For me, yeah. For me, LinkedIn is the number one. But I think that everybody's different. It depends how you feel, with what you feel comfortable, you know. Some people feel comfortable that they have mastered Facebook. Mm-hmm. I have a couple of groups on Facebook, very powerful for writers. And honestly, it's a pleasure for me to be there because it's people that they write for huge, like, editorials. I'm small compared with other people that's there, but I got the invitation for this couple of groups in Facebook. And I see that there's a lot of potential in Facebook group, but I really don't leverage Facebook.
Yeah.
I do with LinkedIn. I just get comfortable with LinkedIn. But I think there is a lot of opportunities everywhere. It's just about what you like, what you feel comfortable.
Yeah, I think it obviously depends on who you've got on your profiles as well. If you are getting great engagement and great feedback and everything else from LinkedIn, then, you know, I think that's something that you should use to, you know, maximize your exposure and everything else. You know, LinkedIn used to be very good for me, but for some reason, most people in digital marketing, especially, seem to have Facebook and want to interact over Facebook. I'm not sure why that is. So I would always say that my favorite is Facebook, purely based on the fact that it's comfortable, easy, and my most frequently used. Least frequently used, probably Twitter, to be honest. I hate Twitter. It's just full of spam. You know, I get these direct messages every day saying only for you, and it's, you know, some spam, someone selling me cryptocurrency. So I think in terms of Facebook and LinkedIn will be the same. You know, people can't spam you to death and just randomly send messages to you. You can, you know, change your security settings to make sure that doesn't happen. So LinkedIn and social media in general, do you use any automation, any tools, or anything that can help you expand on that?
Yes, for the social media.
Yeah.
For personal.
Yeah.
No, I don't, because as I said, I use LinkedIn, and for me, it's something personal. So any text, any message I send is something I write in the moment, because I build real relationships with people. I don't build 10 relationships in one day.
Yeah.
I build 2 or 3 in 3 months. I told you, I take my time to research the person. I read the blog, I watch the videos, and then I comment. So I think if I automate, I'm not against automation. I do automation for my clients, but in my personal practice, I don't use automations.
Yeah, I think it's each to their own. I think you do have a very valid point. Making a personal impression can sometimes win, because it's not about volume all the time. I think for you, it's just about getting the relationships rather than getting 100 new, friends or whatever it may be. I think it depends on what you're doing with LinkedIn, whether you use automation or not. In the past, while I was building my brand up and stuff like that, I used to use automation all the time, and it worked very well. But it was more of I wasn't really caring who I was talking to or anything like that. It was just about getting my name out there, and it worked to a certain degree. But I think obviously your approach being more personalised would stand the test of time, and obviously have a much better impact long term. But yeah, sadly, I don't have the time to do it all personally.
I don't have the time, but I make the time, because this pay off for me. But
Yeah,
I think that I can try automation for my personally and test what works better. But I like to do, natural. I feel pleasure to talk with people, but with people that will bring something to the conversation. Like I was having this conversation with somebody and say, "Oh, everybody's taking social media." I say, "No, real people that is smart and people that have something to say, they are not fake. They are real, and they value real people."
yeah,
I can approach somebody that I want to build a relationship. I need to be real too.
yeah. I think being real, you're never going to find too many people disagreeing with that being the right strategy. I think 95% of the people will respond very well to that, if not more. I think there is a lot of fake garbage that goes on in social media, and people posting comments to be controversial,
Yes.
to build an audience and stuff, and that's something that I don't really like. People saying crazy things and stuff, and we could all say weird and crazy stuff to get 100,000 followers or whatever, but yeah, I would have to ask what type of followers you have if you've done that.
But these people, it's not the people I want to talk with, so I don't care about them. I ignore them.
Yeah, exactly.
In a conversation with the cool people, the nice people.
Yeah, you better do that. Cheers, I'll take that. Compliments are always good. But sadly, we are out of time. That's 1 hour. So Karina has said earlier, for anyone watching, you can find Karina on LinkedIn is the preferred choice of social media platform. And the website was karinatama.com. Is that right?
Yeah, my website, karinatama.com, yes.
So karinatama.com. So thank you everyone who came along today. And thank you, Karina, for joining me on the webinar.
Thank you to everybody for attending.
No worries at all. And I'll catch you guys, everyone else watching, the next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.